Hello, Snow. What's you doing, girlfriend? Reba, Lacey, Carmel. Hi, everybody. What's y'all doing? And the neighbors making lots of ruckus, aren't they? Yeah, they're making lots of ruckus. What are you doing? Hi, Snuggle. Hi, Snuggle, Snuggle. Yeah, there's Precy. Every day you get fresh water. And here you are drinking this water standing in the grass. I guess it must be better than the water in the bowl, huh? Yeah. Welcome back at Tanya's place. I'm Tanya. I hope y'all had a blessed Merry Christmas and I hope y'all have a wonderful, blessed New Year. It's just a few days away from New Year and I can't believe this year's over. But I'm ready for it. How about you? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to show you the good and the bad and the things that are successful and the things are not so much and the things I've done wrong. Well, this video is about something that I really messed up and I want to share with y'all what I've done. It has gotten pretty cold and you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm ready for cold weather. But I have enclosed the run area with my panels that I had, and that was an investment I've done a couple of years, and I have been reusing those panels for quite a few years now. So it's been a good thing. The bad thing is it's like playing always like a puzzle because you have to match the holes up. But overall, it works out pretty good. Hello, Chris. What are you doing? You want to say hi to everybody? Say, I'm doing pretty good. Yes, I am. I'm doing pretty good. Yeah. See, I'm the only boy now here on the house. Yep, the only boy. You gonna crow? You gonna crow? You gonna talk to everyone? Say hi. Chris. Hi, puppy. Hello, handsome. Hi, Snuggle. You gonna say hi? Say, everybody, I wish y'all a happy, blessed New Year. Cock-a-doodle-doo. My cock-a-doodle is not as pretty as his. What you doing, Bubba? Huh? What you doing, Bubba? He's like, okay, I'm getting down. And Miss Snuggle jumped in my lap while I was talking to Chris. So Chris is doing pretty good, him being the only rooster right now. I did notice that he is still struggling with the ladies. He was number 2 rooster here at the house because Henry is at his new place and he's doing really, really good. So he has adapted pretty well. Henry's doing really well at his new place and he's pretty happy. It's a different setup than what I have, but still he's good. He's a good place and she really loves him. She just fell in love with him. So, and the ladies will start warming up to him and he's doing really good. So, update on Henry. What you doing, girlie? Yeah. What are you doing? So Snuggle needs some snuggle time again. So every time I sit down here at the run, she jumps in my lap and she insists on me spending time with her. So I'm okay with that too. I love this girl. She's such precious to me. She's an Easter egger. She was one of my first chickens that I've gotten. And she has been very close to my heart. And she's going towards 6 years now. So she's an old grandma. But she's still laying eggs. But not every day anymore. But she's still laying eggs. So, and honestly, I really don't care if she does or she does not. Because, you know, with her old age and everything. But she's very healthy. So I'm pretty happy about that. And Snow and Reba, they're doing really good too. So I really can't complain. I made a big mistake on putting the hay that I had from the decoration into my coop. And let me tell you why. You don't think much about it, but if you end up having sick chickens and with upper respiratory and all this stuff, it can get pretty dangerous for your chickens. So this is what I've done, and I caught it pretty early. And the hay in the run is not such a big deal because the chicken move the hay around a lot. Even when it rains, the rain sometimes run through it on the bottom, and it gets a little bit wet. But the chicken scratches around, so it dries really well. So, but with getting cold, I was facing a problem. I had the coop all cleaned out to put new bedding in it, and it was not a big deal like I always do. Well, I took the hay bale that I had and thought, I had it covered up and protecting from the rain so it wouldn't get wet. Well, part of it kind of got wet and I didn't realize it. So, but I thought, well, I'm going to take the wet part of it out and I'll be fine. Well, what I've done was I have took the hay bale that I used for decoration, one of those that I had covered up though, and put it inside my coop. And the thing was, he said, it's not a big deal, but it was. So the problem is the hay inside of it was wet. Kind of soaking wet, but still enough wet to feel the moisture coming out. So what I've done, I spread it out in the chicken run. I did not have anything else to put in, so I thought I'm going to be okay. Since I clean my coop every day, that should be no problem. Well, in the mornings when I came in, the moisture just hit you in the face. You could feel the moisture in the air. So I decided to go, okay, this is not going to work. These chickens are going to get sick. They're going to get upper respiratory infections and all that stuff. It just does not smell good. When I put the hay bale in there and spread it out, I took all that wet stuff out of there and kept the dry stuff in there just to hold me over. But the thing was, I shouldn't put it in there in the first place. I also put in the hay in there with it being damp, and it did not smell that great. And I have to honestly say I was kind of upset about it because I waited that long for the hay to get wet. But lesson learned. Let me show you how I fixed the problem, but I would not recommend putting damp hay into your coop. And like I said, the reason is because your chickens can get pretty sick. Hi, baby. What are you doing, sweetheart? I just love hanging out with my girls and with my boy. But yes, so you want to make sure your chickens are safe. There are some things you can do that protects your chicken in the cold weather and keep them more comfortable. And also keeping the wind off of them at night to keep any kind of draft that you have in the chicken area. Make sure you kind of have that covered up because the chickens don't do well with this cold weather. And when you see their combs or start having black spots on top of their heads right here, it's because they got frostbite on there. So, and it will happen. But if you can keep the draft out of the area where your chickens sleep at night, will make a big deal. Putting wet hay into your coop is a big no-no, and I should not have done it in the first place. So I learned my lessons there. Everybody says something different about what to do, what not to do. So I think you should use your own judgment on what works for you. It depends also on what temperature and what area you're in. Where I'm at right now is the shaving will be fine. I have switched from the small shavings to the big shaving because they don't get as pressed together as much like the big ones. And it still makes it easy for me to clean up the coop every day. But let me show you what I've done to fix my problem. You can see there's water coming on the outline when it drips down. But the chicken scratches around and moves the dirt around and the hay around. So the hay gets moved around and air will get under it and it will dry out. So they've been really enjoying the enclosed run, and I actually went and put some panels from the inside because I could not get to them on the outside, so I'll put them in there. Making sure also your water is good to go. My water bowl is going all the time. I only turn it off when it's not freezing, so this works out great. Let's go to the inside. The big shavings that I got from Tractor Supply, they're the big ones, so they won't being compressed. Like you can see from right here. Let me see, if I can show you here. Like here, these shavings right here, you can see they're not getting pressed down because they're too big. But let me show you what I got under it to help with the moisture. Let me find out the spot though. Let me see if I can here. I don't have any more in the bag, so I would show you those in the bag. All right, here are those pallets that I'll be using. The pallets that I use for the first layer in my coop. And I got like a few bags of this. And then I take the big shavings and put it on top of it. And that will, what it will do is, when it gets wet, it pulls up all the moisture. And it will turn into like a sawdust. And it's easy to clean up afterwards too. But it keeps the moisture out of the coop. Here's a problem that I got right here. Let me show y'all. So here's my problem. Every time it rains, the water goes by the door here and it gets wet. So those pallets soak up the water and keeps the moisture level down. And the shaving also keeps extra protection on top of the pallets, and it's not getting as very cold in here. My plan also is to put a plastic over the windows, because when the chickens sit right here and by the window, and you can actually feel the coldness coming off the windows. So I'm planning on putting something over the window. Next week is supposed to get really, really cold. So I'm going to do that before. Here's another one, and I got another one right here. And I'm going to do that before it gets really cold. Let's see. Oh, look, I got an egg. And I think, oh my goodness, I got 5 eggs today. Can y'all believe this? The egg laying production has slowed down a lot, but here's one more. I'm gonna put them all together. It's a small one. But look, I got 5 eggs. 22 chickens. It's crazy, ain't it? Being the first time chicken owner, you know, you have a lot of questions, and you're trying to reach out on what you need to do, how to do things. And honestly, those videos on YouTube and Facebook have been a very big help for me too, because I learned quite a bit from others too. So I'm hoping this video will help you and let you know that if you put wet hay into your coop, it's going to be moist in there, and you cannot have that when it gets cold, because your chickens can get sick and there's just so many risks for them. So don't put wet hay like I did into your chicken coop. It's tough sometimes, because I want to be honest with y'all about, you know, how things are when you have chickens. Chickens are great, but chickens come with responsibilities and some work. And if you don't do that, and you don't have the right place for them chickens, please don't get any chickens. 2 weeks ago, and it happened twice already, I came out here, looked at the window, and this enclosure right here was flipped over to the other side on the netting, and part of it was, you know, hung up onto the netting. So I was luckily not, it wasn't torn up, so that was a good thing about it. But all I had to do is flip it back over and put it back here. But the fabric over for the shade cloth caused it for like a big old umbrella, like a kite. So it got picked up and blown over there. So I'm gonna have to fix that before I put anything in there before. So that's to-do list. I know it's gonna get cold here soon, ain't it, Bubby? Yeah. I know, Bubba. He's such a good boy. He really is. I'm so proud of him. He's trying to win those ladies over, but it's going to take some time. Having a wet area when it's really muddy and wet, you know, most of the time wet, and there's really no grass or nothing left, what you can do is put wood chips under there. That will also absorb a lot of the moisture in the ground. When you clean the coop, the shavings, I put hay over there just to cover up the muddy area. Also, what they're doing at the same time is they're working the ground. So this area right here, I'm going to be tilling up, and I'm just going to plant flowers here for the next year. So I'm putting all my shavings that I clean up from the coop, I put it all in this area, and I'm going to till it up and just plant some zinnias here. The chicken seems to really like that, and they go under it, and they really like to hide under it. But yes, this is something you can do. And same thing with the run. You can put hay in there. You can put those pellets in there. That would be actually really much better, because they will pull up the moisture, and you will have sawdust afterwards. So it just kind of dissolves into a really good area, and you can use that stuff into your garden. I hope this video helped y'all a little bit, and don't make the mistakes that I've done. even if sometimes the pocketbook is a little tight, don't go to the shortcut, because the long run it's gonna make it worse, and you're going to end up spending more money than if you had done in the beginning. I hope y'all have a wonderful new year and enjoy your blessings and be grateful for what God has gave you all this last year, and learn from your mistakes. Don't do them again this coming year. I will see y'all soon. God bless you, and I'll see you next year. Bye, everybody.